Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're looking at the Magnesium fire starter. Picked this up from Harbor Freight. This was $1.99. This is an off-brand one. You know, sometimes these are actually branded. I think Doan is the more popular one. They're like, I want to say around $4 at Walmart. But we're going to check this one out today. I just want to kind of go over how these work. Basically, you have a solid block of magnesium. All right, and what you do is you shave off part of the actual block. All right, and then you have obviously the ferro rod on the other side, the ferrocerium. You throw a spark at it, and the shavings will catch that spark and burn at over 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so then you have this, totally intense fire, an intense burn that you put in some kind of tinder. In this case, I'm just going to use some jute twine that I have here. I'm going to unroll this and fluff it up a little bit, and that's how you get your fire started. This has been a very, very reliable, cheap, readily available source of fire starter for a very long time. I've always liked it. So we're going to see if this no-name brand one works just as well. And it should, because it's just magnesium. The only difference would be the quality of striker as well as the quality of ferrocerium rod. Now on this one, unlike the Doan brand, I could see all the glue that's in the channel here, which they basically glued the ferrocerium rod to. So like right off the bat, I mean, for the price, I'd rather just spend the $4 and get the better quality one, but we're going to see if this works just the same. All right, so right now, like I said, I'm just going to fluff this up, make a little bit of a tinder bundle, and we're going to give this a shot. So I'll be right back. All right, so just kind of fluff that up a little bit. Basically, it's all twisted. You just twist it the opposite way. The fibers want to separate, just pull them apart, and just keep fluffing it. All right, so this will be able to catch a spark fairly well, especially with the magnesium burning. So first, let's inspect our magnesium block and our striker. The strikers on these are almost always a cut down hacksaw blade. Okay, so you have a saw blade edge. All right, this one's just coated black, probably so it doesn't rust. This is put together with a little ball and chain. Usually I like to take this apart, and the reason for that is so that you have more room to work. If you keep it together, you could probably strike it, but you're kind of limited. Okay, it's literally chained to it, right? So you don't want to lose that. You want to keep the striker together with your block always. So first thing we do is just give this a couple passes to scrape off the outside layer on the ferro rod. All right, so this way we have a nice strong spark, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down there and I'm going to drag this across the back, and it's creating these little filings. Okay, see that scraping into there? So I want to make just a little pile of these. All right, so I'm going to do right down there. So I'm going to zoom in. All right, so what I want to do is put this down in this little tinder bundle. All right, and just start scraping so all these little filings can collect inside of it. All right, now if you use a 90-degree edge on the back of, let's say the spine of your fixed blade or something, you're going to create a little bit larger shavings. Takes less scraping, but this should work just the same. Just want to collect a bunch in there so that when one of these lights from the spark, it's all going to burn at the same time, which is obviously going to light our little tinder bundle. All right, that should be plenty. Then all I'm going to do is flip this around, rest the ferro rod towards there, so as we strike, we're throwing sparks in there. The whole thing should light up fairly easily. It worked very, very well. So, like I said, I mean, there's a ton of different fire starting devices on the market. I've always loved magnesium because it works. This can get soaking wet, and by the way, it's not flammable in the block form. Okay, it's only when you create those shavings. So, very simple, very reliable, very affordable. All right, I always keep a good magnesium bar with my fire kit stuff. So yeah, just a quick little demo there in case you haven't seen that before. And of course at the end, like I said, make sure you put your stuff back together, because without some kind of striker, it's useless. You obviously have to be able to create those filings as well as strike the ferro rod when you're done. There you go. And like I said, this is an off-brand one. All right, it's not, I mean, obviously it works. For $2, if you want to play around with it, it's cool to have, but I would just invest in the Doan brand one for twice the price, it's worth it even more, just because, again, I can see the glue on here, and if your ferro rod falls out, it just becomes a problem, because then you can't keep it together very easily. This one just looks like it's, you know, cheaply made. All it is, again, is just a magnesium block with the ferro rod attached to it, but it's just not attached, I don't know, as securely as the Doan. But anyway, that's it. That is the magnesium fire starter. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.